Welcome back to Let's Play Resident Evil 6. Sorry again for the strange sort of break in the last video. We had to cut it in the middle of the credits, so not the most fun or exciting place to stop and start, but I didn't really have a choice there due to timing. Anyway, so the credits are still rolling. I just wanted to capture those because I always like watching the credits, you know, even in movies or anything else. I'll always stay and watch the credits at the end. You can watch them later, but I always think it's just nice to see who put their energy and time into making a game for us. You also get little clips of the different chapters as you go through. You can technically do any of the campaigns in whatever order that you want, I do believe, with the exception of the final one, which I'll talk about later. But I believe the main campaigns with Leon, Chris, and the new character are essentially you can access them in any order that you want. I do think it probably makes the most sense to do Leon's first, just because it sets up a lot of the story, and it's kind of the most Resident Evil based, or sort of Resident Evil centric, for those who are familiar with the franchise. I think that's probably the best idea, to go with that first. But you don't have to, so if you want to shake it up a little bit, don't be afraid to hop into the other campaigns. I also don't believe you have to do them in direct order, so you could, you know, play one chapter of Leon's campaign and then one chapter of Chris's campaign, and so on, if you felt like it. I do believe that's manageable. The campaigns don't actually swap over guns or ammo or inventory or anything, so you don't have to worry too much about wasting things. Speaking of that, I still had 5 first aid sprays that I didn't use in Leon's campaign, which I feel a little silly about now. But I always tend to do that. I hoard things because I think, oh, I'm going to need them, and then I don't, and then it's kind of goofy. I will say I think that Leon's campaign is also probably the easiest of the bunch. I think that Chris's campaign is a little challenging if you have no experience with maybe shooters or Resident Evil or something in that nature. It is a little bit challenging just because they kind of throw a lot at you right away. It seems like they kind of expect that you have a little bit of knowledge of the game, so just something to consider if you do decide to do that campaign first. And I believe I missed one trophy in Leon's campaign, and it's basically just in the second chapter. I think you just have to destroy the Lepotitsa boss before it turns everyone in the cathedral into a zombie, and I wasn't able to do that in time. But I'll probably go back and do that myself. I don't think I really need to record doing that because it's kind of hard to tell, and the pop-up of the trophy appearing doesn't show up on my recording, so I'm not going to bother, you know, including that. But just know that if you are going for all the trophies, it's pretty challenging to get that done on a first playthrough, especially if you are new to the game and, you know, don't really know what you're doing, or if you're like me and you're just bad. But you can definitely go back at any time with stronger weapons, you know, with your Magnum, and you'll be fine. You'll be able to wipe out the boss really quickly. It feels a little cheap, and it's certainly doable before if you do it on your first run, but it is, I will say, a bit of a task. So you could consider saving before and restarting at checkpoints if you really feel like, oh, I really want to get it my first run. You can do that, but by all means, don't feel like you have to. Got our little crescendo here at the end of the exciting music. Thank you for playing. Well, thank you for thanking me, calm. Always that little sinister note in the end there. And so this is kind of the extra cutscene that you get again at the end. Or you get, you earn at the end, not get again. Poor,
It's time for me to take responsibility.
Deborah's grave, her sister. And we get to see that Hunnigan actually has legs, which is a bit of a surprise. She's not just a torso sitting in the office. Not that there's anything wrong with just being a torso.
What? But I assisted in the attack.
The Investigating Commission have reviewed the evidence and feel it unjust to hold you liable for Simmons' crime. They will also not be disclosing their findings to the public.
But
The president would have done the same.
All right. Shall we go join the team?
Leon. For the next time you see her.
Women.
A little bit of a tacky ending there, but that's Resident Evil 6, everybody! So, kind of a weird way to end it there with that little strange goofiness to it. And I actually managed to pull off an S rank at the end of this, which is pretty impressive for me. So, I think that's the first time I've gotten an S rank in this Let's Play, and as I mentioned before about it briefly, essentially if you get an A rank for everything else, all of the ratings, so accuracy, the number of times you died, clear time, and the number of enemies you killed, if you get an A ranking, which is the highest ranking for all 4 of those ratings, you will achieve an S rank, which is the highest grade available. So, yay, I got that because I had a relatively high accuracy. Granted, there weren't a ton of enemies in this chapter, so almost about 77% accuracy. I did not die. Took just a little over an hour, killed 61 enemies, so pretty good job there. And let's see if there's any interesting medals that I earned. Beat the chapter that ended in dying. 10 headshots. Anyway, sent Derek to his grave. Correctly executed all revolving action command prompts. Well, actually, I think I missed one, but that's alright, I'll take credit anyway. Made it to the quad tower, parted ways with Ada once again. I wonder if we'll ever see her again. So anyway, that's the completion of Leon S. Kennedy's chapter. I don't think I've ever said his full name in the Let's Play yet. So that is that. And you can now get New Game Plus when you complete a campaign for the first time. And basically what that does is that it will allow you to start with everything that you had when you finished. So you'll have all of the guns that you got in the campaign, all items, healing items, etc. So you can kind of just play around. And when you complete the campaign, you'll see now there's this icon to the left of Leon's name, the star little banner, which means that you completed it. So we will be starting Chris's chapter next, but I'm not going to do that right now. I want to take a look at the skills, because I did get a few new ones at the end for completing the Leon campaign. I don't see them in here, so I'm not sure if those were these ones or... Oh, so no, I'm just being silly. So what actually unlocked was these. So these are alternate loadouts, essentially, for your skills. I don't know why I was thinking it unlocked new skills. So that's incredibly, incredibly helpful in this game, and the reason for that is that you don't have to just stick with the same old, oh, I only have these 3 skills. You can actually load up a couple of other ones. So if you just go to the skill and press square, they will be attached. I'm going to put Joavo Killer on this one, so we'll be ready, because we will be facing the Joavo enemies in Chris's chapter for the first time. So I didn't mean to exit out of that. I will go back real quick. But basically, yeah, you can set up different skill sets here, up to 8, which is more than enough. And that way, if you feel like, oh, well, there's situations where I wish I had more critical hits, or I wish I was able to, you know, find more items, then you can quickly set those skills by using the in-game menu and selecting skills. You can actually change them pretty much on the fly whenever you want. So you don't have to worry about, oh, I need to do this at the beginning of the chapter. You can actually change it any time. And this gets really, really helpful once you start getting the specialized bonus skills that allow you to increase your damage, have infinite ammo, etc. Or if you have these like ammo increase ones, you can put those on specific skill sets in order to make sure that you're maximizing, you know, everything that's going on. And then you'll want to make sure that you select which one you actually want at the beginning of each chapter. So I don't need to fill these in right now because I'm just going to leave them blank. I probably will eventually fill them up with the special ones that I mentioned, the ones that have infinite ammo, or the ones you will get later that allow you, that increase the damage of certain guns, because that just helps a lot. So basically you'll just have more access to these once you complete your first campaign, and that's really, really nice that they give that to you. So you'll want to arrange those in whatever way you see best. So anyway, I am going to go ahead and stop the video here. The next time I will start Chris's campaign. It'll be a lot of fun. We'll have new things to see, new enemies to smack, and we will finally meet the Joavo, which are the new type of zombies in this game. Not counting, of course, you know, shriekers and such. But thank you so very much for joining me. I really like this game, as I've mentioned from the very first video. I think it's a lot of fun. It's great to be playing it through and experiencing it in a new way. And there's a lot yet to come. We've only done about 1/4 of the game, so look forward to the rest. So starting Chris's campaign in the next video. Sorry again for the weird break in this one, but thank you again for watching. Until next time, women.